Hello everyone. I hope you all have subscribed my channel JD's Guidance, and today's topic that I am going to cover here is break-even point. Which in short is known as BEP. This is a very important concept for a producer. Okay, for a manufacturer, for a seller, or for a producer, this concept is of a lot of use. I will try to explain this concept in a very simplest manner with the help of some figures, and my more attention would be to show you with the help of graphs, because this concept is easily understood with the help of graphs and chart. Okay, so let's start with the understanding of this. You all know that a company, when it makes sales, suppose 100 rupees is the sales. Okay, this is the rupees value of sales. When the company is making sales, from this money it tries to cover its cost. Okay, it tries to cover its cost. We know there are two types of cost. So when we have total cost, we have two types of cost. One is known as the variable cost, which varies with the production. If you are having no knowledge about it, please watch one of my videos where I have explained about the cost classification, where these details are available. And the other is called the fixed cost. So the company or the seller would like to first cover the variable cost. Variable costs are those costs which varies with sales. Okay, suppose my variable cost is 20. So if the seller has a margin now 80. Don't think this 80 is his profit, because from this 80 he now has to cover his fixed cost. There are some fixed costs in the production, so he will cover this fixed cost. Suppose the fixed cost is 60. So now the seller is happy, because even after covering the fixed cost, he has another 20 rupees. That is his profit. That is his profit. So you know that why I have shown you this. This I have shown to make you understand that from sales, first we are going to cover our cost, and if anything remains, that becomes our profit. Keep this basic in your mind. And now let us understand what is break-even point. I will try to explain this concept with the help of graph, a chart. We call it break-even chart. But for time being, I would like to show you something in a tabular form. Okay. Understanding the chart is more easy, but even then I am going to explain you the concept of break-even point with the help of a table. So I am writing here units produced. Suppose I produced here 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. These are my units produced. Okay. Now suppose my fixed cost. As you all know that when we have total cost is nothing but it is the summation of the fixed cost. It is the sum of the fixed cost and the variable cost. So when a producer is producing, he is incurring cost in these two categories, fixed and variable. So suppose my fixed cost is fixed at 1,50,000. Okay, so it will not change, it will remain 1,50,000 for the entire units of production. So no matter how much I produce, my fixed cost will remain the same. My fixed cost will remain the same. My fixed cost will remain the same. Now coming to variable cost, I have to find out that cost which varies with the output produced, units produced. Suppose the variable cost is rupees. Suppose I say 10 rupees per unit. Means when I produce 10,000, I multiply by 10. So I get 1 lakh. I get here 2 lakh, I get here 3 lakhs, I get here 4 lakhs, I get here 5 lakh, I get here 6 lakhs. See, this is varying with the change in output. I think by now you are able to mark the difference. Okay, variable cost and the fixed cost. Fixed cost will not change, variable cost will change. Why it is like this? You may refer to my that video where I have explained about cost classification, and I have explained with the help of graph also. Now coming to, we will find out the total cost. So as I have told you, total cost is nothing but it is the sum of the fixed cost and variable cost. So it is 2,50,000, it is 3,50,000, it is 4,50,000, it is 5,50,000, it is 6,50,000, it is 7,50,000, and it is 8,50,000. Done. So this is my total cost. Now I want to know what is my sales. Suppose my selling price per unit is suppose 15. Okay. So if I sell 1 unit, I will get 15 rupees. So if I am selling 10,000 units, so 15 1 to 15. So another 40. 15 to the 30, another 40. Okay. 15 3 to 45, another 40. 15 4 to 60, another 40. Then comes 15 4 to 60, 15 5 to 75, 7,50,000. Okay. 15 6 ja 9, 15 7 ja 105. Okay, so this is how we have calculated the sales, and this is the total cost we have calculated. Now this is my business position, and now I want to know what is my profit. Okay, so if I have to know profit, what I will do, profit is of course the difference between the selling price and the cost price, sales and the total cost. So this sales column minus the total cost column will give you sales minus total cost will give you the value of profit. Okay, so you see in the first year I don't have any profit because 1,50,000 is my sales, but my cost was 2,50,000. So that means I made a loss. So I am putting it in bracket. I made a loss of 1,00,000. Second year also, see my cost was more than my sales. Okay, I incurred 3,50,000, but my sale was only 3,00,000. So I made a loss of 50,000. But in the next year, my cost and sales are same. So I don't make any profit. I don't make any loss. So 0. In the next year, I make 5,00,000, I make 50,000 profit. In the next year, I make 1,00,000 profit. In the next year, how much do I make? So I make 1,50,000 profit. In the next year, how much I make? I make 2,00,000 profit. So what you can observe? You can see that the producer is coming to a point. You can see here, this is the point where the producer is neither making any profit nor making any loss. This point is known as break-even point. This point is known as break-even point. Now the question is why it is called break-even? Because it is breaking the entire information into two parts. What are the two parts? Break-even means before this point the firm is making loss, but after this point the firm is making profit. Okay, so break-even point is that point of operation, or that units of output produced, or that volume of sales or that amount of cost where the firm makes neither any profit nor any loss. So this table clearly explains that if the business is selling 30,000 and at a cost of 4,50,000, then it will neither make any profit nor any loss. Then this is known as break-even point. Okay, this is known as break-even point, right? So now why this information is important? This information is important because a producer will be interested to know when is my break-even point, so that I start earning profit. There are all business which will not run with profit at the initial years. At the initial years there will be some loss. Then will come a point where he will make neither any loss nor any profit, and then starts picking up. The profit starts picking up. Therefore, we are interested to know what is our break-even point. Okay. So not only this, if I am already a very big manufacturer and I am trying to introduce a new product in the market, I am also interested to know what is its break-even point. Means I am trying to find out what would be the how much time it will take for me to reach the break-even point. How much time I will need to reach the break-even point, because the sooner I reach the break-even point, it is better for me, because after that I will start making profit. But before that I will always be making loss. Now the question is how to show this break-even point in a graphical way. So there are three approaches I am going to show you, okay, one by one. So in this video I am going to show you one of the approaches. In the following video I will be showing you another two approaches. Okay. So the first approach. This is known as, when we show the same thing in a tabular form, we call it break-even chart. We call it break-even chart. The same information when we show in a table, in a graphical way, we call it break-even chart. So this is the first approach. I'll tell you what is this approach all about. You just understand what I'm showing here. So this is my OY axis. Sorry, OX axis, and this is my OY axis. I am showing here sales, I am showing here cost. Here I am showing the units produced. How many units I am producing? Okay, this way I am going to show. Now, first thing that we require or we will show in this approach is, we will try to plot the fixed cost. So suppose this is my fixed cost. So remember, the fixed cost will never be zero, because even if you have, if you remember if you have gone through the video of cost classification, that suppose I am producing a pen. For producing pen I need labor. So I am paying labor 20 rupees for one pen. For two pens I am paying 40 rupees. If I don't produce any pen, I don't have to pay labor. But of course, rent I have to pay. Even if I don't, suppose my rent is 200, even if I don't produce anything, I have to pay 200 rupees rent. Okay, and if I produce more also, my 200 rupees rent is must, because I hired a room for production of this pen. And in the room, if I produce nothing also, I have to pay to my owner 200. If I produce more also, I have to pay 200. So this is the example of fixed cost, and this is the example of variable cost. Now if you total, you will never find total cost to be zero, because total cost will always have the fixed cost, and fixed cost can never be zero, because even if you are not producing, your fixed cost will never be zero. So that means our fixed cost cannot start from zero. So suppose my fixed cost is here, it is starting from here. This is the minimum fixed cost that we have to bear in our business. So it will always be a horizontal straight line, no matter how much units of output I produce. For example, I produce 10,000, I produce 20,000, I produce 30,000, I produce 40,000. I will always be having the same amount of fixed cost. Okay, if I produce 10,000 also, the same amount of fixed cost. If I produce 40,000 also, I will have the same amount of fixed cost. Okay, so this is my fixed cost. So I am writing here, this is the fixed cost line. Okay, this is my fixed cost. This is my fixed cost. Now I am going to show you the sales line. Suppose my sales is like this. Obviously, when I am starting the business, when I am not producing anything, there is no sale. As I produce, my sales also increases. So this is my sales line. This is my sales line. Okay. And now I am showing you my total cost line. So remember, as I told you that total cost cannot be zero, because you always have fixed cost. As in my example just now I showed, 200 was the total cost when my variable cost was 0. So what I am doing, I am drawing one, I am going to draw one total cost line. So this is my total cost. Okay, so this is my total cost line. Now what you can see one thing here. This line is roughly drawn, so please don't mind if it is going not very straight or whatever. So I am just drawing it again and just making it pass like this. So this is my total cost line. Now one thing you see here, this is my total cost line. Okay. Now one thing you see here, that the point of intersection is between the sales line and the total cost line. Where is my sales line? I am here. And what is my total cost line? I am here. So this point of intersection is known as the break even point. Meaning what? That whatever volume of sales you are making, okay, whatever volume of sales you are making, it is just covering your total cost. This is where your sales is equal to the total cost. But below this point, okay, this is the point where your sales is just equal to the total cost. Okay. Now suppose this is the point. So if you produce this money, suppose it is 30, so maybe it is 40, so it is 35,000 maybe. So it is 35,000 maybe. So if you produce this much, then your sales will be exactly equal to your total cost. Below this line, you see which curve is above. This curve is above. This line is above. Which line is this? This is the total cost. And which line is below? Sales is below. Below this line, you will find your sales is less than the total cost. Since your sales is less than your total cost, this is your loss area. This is your loss area. Here you are making loss because your sales line is below the cost line. Your cost is far above the sales. Whereas when you cross this line, you see your cost line is below and your sales line is above. Here your sales is greater than your total cost. Okay. Your sales is greater. Excuse me. So your sales is greater than your total cost. So this is your profit area. This is your profit area. Here you are making profit. Okay. So now you see that. Extend it further. Fixed. This is your fixed cost. FC means fixed cost. This is your fixed cost. Okay, and let me extend it further, this OX axis, to make it look bit beautiful. Okay, now you see one thing, that what is happening here, if you are producing this many units, if you go up like this, you are touching this line. That means your total cost is here, total cost is this, whereas your total sales is this. Okay, so cost is higher than your revenue, means sales. So this part is your loss. That is why I am saying that when you come down of the intersection, there is loss. When you go above the intersection, you are making profit. Okay, this is the first approach to know the break-even point. This is the point of intersection between the sales line and the cost line. As the sales line and cost line intersects, means your revenues are just equal to your cost, and below that your revenues are less than the cost, and beyond that your revenues are more than the cost. Okay. Now here I have to explain you two more concepts. That is, you see, this is my profit area. Now if I make an angle here, this angle, this angle, this angle, this is an angle. If you have studied geometry, you know this is an angle. This angle is known as the angle of incidence. This is known as the angle of incidence. What is this angle of incidence telling you? This angle of incidence tells you the magnitude of profit. You see, if the angle is wider angle means more profit margin. Okay, as compared to this angle is short, means though you have crossed the break-even point, but you are still not making sufficient profit, but your profit is becoming more and more, and accordingly your angle of incidence is also becoming wider. It is opening up its mouth. Okay, it is opening up its mouth. This is known as angle of incidence. So what it signifies? Angle of incidence signifies that how much profit remains after covering the fixed cost and the variable cost. So you see, if you are at this point here, I have shown you are making loss, because if you are selling 20,000 units, you extend, your total cost is here, you extend, your total sales is here. So this much is your loss. Okay. Now suppose you are here. Suppose you are here. Now if you extend this line upward, see, at this point your sales is this much, your total cost is this much. Okay. Suppose I am writing the point A here, B here, and writing C here. That means, and suppose this point is K. So you see your sales is KA, sales is equals to KA. Okay. Now your, what is your total cost? Cost is equals to KB, total cost is equals to KB and KB, and you see you are also covering your KC is your, see, total cost has got two parts. So KC is your fixed cost. So fixed cost is your KC. Then what is your variable cost? What is your variable cost? If total cost is this much, fixed cost is this much, so obviously your variable cost is CB. So CB is your variable cost. So what I want to say is that if you are operating at point K, you are making that much amount of sales which covers your fixed cost also, which covers your variable cost also, and as a result it covers entire cost, and now that you are remaining with some profit. Okay, so this is what is the, actually your variable cost is not this. Your variable cost, I'm just telling you that your fixed cost is this much. Okay, your fixed cost is this much, your total cost is this much. So if you minus the fixed cost from the total cost, you get the variable cost. Okay, so this is how the break-even point is expressed in the first approach. In the first approach, we are going to plot the fixed cost curve. Fixed, with the help of fixed cost line, you are drawing the fixed cost line, and then you are trying to make an understanding of what is break-even point. One last thing, with this we finish this first approach. There is something called margin of safety. What is this margin of safety? That I am going to explain you. So for that I am just rubbing this board because it has become very clumsy. So what is this margin of safety? So in the margin of safety, this is your fixed cost, this is your sales, this is your total cost. Okay, So my total cost has cut the sales a bit far. So my break even point is also very far. So my break even point is this, BEP is this. So for this business, it has a long time to reach the break even point. Maybe it is a very competitive market where there are lots of products in the market. So it is taking the business to pick up its profit. Okay. Now you see, this is your break even point, means here you are not making any profit, any loss. Okay. Now below this you are making loss, and after this you are making profit. Now suppose you are here, you see you are having this much total cost, this is your total cost line, and you are having this much sales. So this is your loss. Suppose you are here, you see very far, suppose you are here, if you are extending the line, this is your sales and this is your cost. So this is your profit. So there is a concept called margin of safety. Means if I reach here, this is my break even point. Suppose I am there, more I move that side, more safe I am. Okay. Suppose I am here. So I make some more profit as compared to this point. So margin of safety tells you, if this is your actual sales from here to here, this is your actual sales, margin of safety will tell you what? Margin of safety, remember this is our break even point. I have written here BEP, sorry. It is break even point. So if I sell 500 units, then I will break even. Means I will not make any profit nor any loss. Suppose I have made 2000 units. Means how far I am from the break even point. How far I am from break even point. This is my break even point and I am there. Okay, my sales is here and break even sales is here. So that means I am quite far from my break even point. So I have kind of safety, I am safe. But suppose I am just here, though I am after break even point but not very far. So you see, I am making a very little profit. So I am not that safe as compared to this point. So margin of safety is nothing but margin of safety will be the difference or the gap between your actual sales and the break even sales. How much is your actual sales? What is your actual sales? Actual is here. Okay, from, and how much is your break even sales? So I make this much sale and this is my break even sale. This portion is my margin of safety. This portion is my safety. Means I am safer. Okay. Suppose my break even sales is 500. If I sell break even 500 units, suppose it is in terms of units only, then I have 500 units as my break even sales. But suppose my actual sales is 2500 units, means I am quite far from the break even sales. So my margin of safety will be 2500 minus 500. So there is 2000 units of margin of safety, means I am having a lot of margin. But if my sales is just 550, so my margin of safety is just 50. It is a risky position. Anytime anything happening in the market, I will come back to the break even point. But here, anytime anything happen in the market, I will take time to come back to the break even point. Okay. So that means we have understood how in a tabular way I have explained you what is break even point, and I have explained you in a graphical way the first approach, that is how we do with the help of the fixed cost curve, how we determine the break even point. That's all in this video. In the next video I am coming up with the second approach of how to draw the break even point. So please watch that video, that will give you more knowledge and understanding. Thank you.